America as an experiment is difficult. It is easy and fashionable right now to not only be down on the stock that is America, but be down on the experiment of America because we assume that we just are living in a world of irreconcilable differences. But when you actually come to a discussion or when you lead these conversations, you not only are able to challenge that assumption, but you realize that we as people are so complex, so different, so nuanced that you can have an African American gay conservative, and you can have an Indian immigrant who is a liberal, and you can have a free speech absolutist that cares about guns. You know, you can have a pro-choice woman that is interested in conservative economics. Like that is the goal of Bridge. It's to add nuance to us as people. And it's to demonstrate that we live in a world and an experiment that is difficult. And it's going to require us to lead with a mindset that is open rather than closed.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. That actually made me think, I think because you were talking about, America as an experiment. This is just every day we kind of reinvent ourselves. I think for me, part of the reason why when I look at or when I see or hear people feel like the experiment has been a failure, I think part of the problem might be that when people think of the American experiment and all these different people from different cultures, different ideologies, people who on the surface, maybe in the minds of some should not exist because they inherit one identity, yet they inherit another. Like you've mentioned, we actually talked about this in the first episode as well, that when you actually have conversations with people, you realize that there isn't like 4 or 5 identities that all of us just like
Yeah,
check off
it's a
when we're
great point.
born and we all kind of go into. You're going to meet all kinds of people with all kinds of beliefs and all kinds of backgrounds and experiences. I think sometimes when people either fear for America as a country, I think sometimes it's because they think the goal of the American experience is we're going to be bipartisan tomorrow and everyone's going to hold hands and we're just going to find the thing that makes America America. When I think uh, orgs like Bridge and Bridge most certainly have shown that perhaps uh, there's a different way to perceive the American experiment in that we're not all here to merge into one big soupy America monster that's like we're all like we've somehow found a way to become one entity,
Yep.
but in a way we inherit this body of ideals where people who are so radically different on so many various levels come together and may not agree at the end of their conversation, but
Uh-huh.
understand I get why you think the way you do
Yes,
on the
I think
various
you're
issues
right.
we have.
Unity is like chasing the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And hear that from somebody that wants to live in a world where we are more unified. But
Yeah.
I recognize that America is never historically ever been about kumbaya, hold our hands. I think anybody that bets on the American experiment based on how unified they feel is just going to be perpetually disappointed. By 2045, we will be living in the most diverse society the world has ever seen. We will be a majority minority country. By 2050, we'll have gone through technological and communications revolutions like the world has never seen, AI, social media, the extent of our imagination is changing. The world order will look different by 2055. Um, in a society of 330 million people that is so incredibly diverse, going through so much technological upheaval, and Noah, if I told you that, oh, they're fine, they're hanging out, everything gets along,
Yeah.
that's stupid.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing: is the reason why Bridge exists is because yes, we should have disagreement. Yes, we got to argue. Yes, we need to have clashes of identity. But the challenge and problem in America right now is that we don't know how to constructively disagree. We don't understand how to live with nuance. We have gone too much in the other direction, which is unity is not what we're looking for, but then also at the other end of the spectrum, we're also not looking for a national divorce.
Right. Right.
That's the balance that we got to strike. And to all those that think that it's got to be one way or the other, well, I'm sorry, you just don't understand the complexity of the human experience.
Hey, if you enjoyed that video and you want to see more, make sure to subscribe to the Taz YouTube channel and listen to the show. Check out the link to our website and make sure to follow Taz everywhere online to stay updated on news related to the show. Thanks so much.